Hi, thank you for joining me today. This is Tangelus Oracle. So today we're going to be doing a reading on Ashley Janae. I think we already know who Ashley Janae is right now. If you don't know, she was the influencer who went over to Tanzania, I believe, with her boyfriend, fiance, whatever, or boyfriend, and then they got engaged, and it was for her birthday or something like that. I don't know really much about it, but somebody asked me to do the reading, so I'm doing this reading on her. So let's see what comes out on her. And so, well, I think the question is who did it, but I think everybody's saying the fiance did it, why he did it, all of this. Okay, so let's see. I think they said she committed suicide, I believe, um, by hanging. So right here we have stolen the heart and okay, there it is. Stolen the heart and father. So with in the middle, the heart, this means somebody that you're in a relationship with. Okay. Um, over here we have the stolen. So that means something was taken away from you. Something was taken. Now it doesn't have to actually be a physical thing. It could be an emotional or mental, whatever. Something is taken away from you. All right. And then now here you have father. So this is just a male. So this is it could be her father. It could be a man who just has children, whatever. It's a father here involved. Now, this could read that because of a relationship that she was in, something was taken because of a relationship that she was in, and it's connected to the father, or the father, her, like just say her father had her taken away because of a relationship she was in. Put it like that. It could be that too, but then we could just read them separately. Something was taken, it's involving a relationship, and there's some type of connection to a father. Okay, so now we have a hidden agenda that is with this relationship. Whoever she was in a relationship with, they had a hidden agenda, or there was something behind them being in a relationship, or they had something going on that she didn't realize in the relationship here. Okay, but it's something that was a hidden agenda, a hidden motive in this relationship. Now here we have internal. So some things happening internally. So somebody could have some internal damages to their body, or it means that um, something inside, internal, within. Okay, so that could be within the body, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically, something internal. You are internalizing certain things. You're keeping some things within, or some things are within you. Okay, so here is the internal here with stolen. So something is taken or was taken, okay, but it's something that's connected to things internally. So you may not see that, she may not see it, we may not see it, he may not see it, whatever, but it's something that's within. Now we have to cut them off. So that means you're not dealing with this person no more, you through with them or whatever. So here we have a person having ulterior ulterior motives here. And then there's some things internally that we may not know, she may not have known. Okay. And then we have somebody being cut off. You're not dealing with this person anymore. So it could be that whoever this person that she was in this relationship with had some type of hidden agenda that or plan, however you want to say it, motives that they had going on. And it was to take something here because stolen means something is taken away. So here, like I said, the relationship that she was in caused something to be taken or something was taken. And then the father over here. So it could be a male. I don't know if the fiance had children or not, probably didn't. But um, her father could have had her taken away from him because of the relationship. Also, maybe that father wanted her to not really deal with this person. So it's like, hey, you need to leave that person alone, blah, 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 whatever it was. Okay. But here you have whoever she was in the relationship with having a hidden agenda. You were going to stop messing or stop dealing with somebody as well. But that's something that you kept within yourself. So it was like, I'm not really going to be with this person because I'm going to cut them off. But see, that's was something that maybe that was not known because it was internalized. So I got this plan, but I don't really want to deal with this person. Okay. And with the internal over the stolen, like I said, that's something that's within, something that you're holding within, something that's happening within. Um, so maybe it's that you're going to take something away, but you're keeping it to yourself. Like I'm going to take this, but I ain't going to let nobody know, or that's a secret within myself, or however you want to word that. Mm. And it, see, yeah, this could be using somebody for financial gain um, here as well. I'm looking at my numbers. Okay. Okay. So now with the hidden agenda, we have somebody being strategic. So, like I say, they already have something in mind. They have motives of why they are in this relationship or behind the relationship. Because, see, they're being strategic with her. She may think she's in a relationship, but this person has a hidden motive and they're being strategic with her. I got to do this, 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 and that because you already have something in mind that you want to accomplish here. Now, over here, we have elder, which means somebody is older. Now, I don't know if this fiance was older than her. Like I said, I don't even know really much about it besides she went over there for, I think, her birthday, I believe, Tanzania with the guy. and they got engaged. I think it was, yeah, for her birthday. That's the only thing that I know, besides the fact that she was allegedly found hanging in the hotel room or something like that. Okay, that's all I know. So I don't know even her age or his age. So I don't know if he's older than her or not. Okay. But anyway, so here is an older person. They're being strategic. Now, over here, we got cyber activity, online crimes. So I don't know if this fiance of hers was into, like, they could have been an IT, or they doing some things that's online, whatever, some things that they should not have been doing online, maybe some type of fraud or whatever the situation is. But whatever, he could be online, um, trying to meet women online, or met her online, but it was for nefarious reasons here, because um, I see cyber activity, which is online crimes. Now, if he is the older person, that means he was being strategic with her, and then he was going online doing certain things as well. And over here, online criminal activities, cutting them off his father. So there's something that was happening online, or there's some type of internet type of thing going on here. Um, but it's like somebody didn't want that connection, because when you cut someone off, that means you're not dealing with them. You want to be rid of them. You trying to separate yourself from a situation or a person, um anything like that. So it's trying to break ties with certain things. Okay, so maybe you're not communicating, or you are communicating lies to the father online. Like, so instead of communicating with the father, okay, because they're over there, um, you're not speaking with them because you know you're doing some crime. So here is, yeah, I'm not speaking to the father. I'm not talking to him about the activities that I've done. I'm not communicating with him online, or it could be messages as well, but anything with the internet or some type of services like that. So I'm not dealing with him and speaking with him because of the criminal activities that I've done. So I'm not dealing with them because I don't want no connection with this anymore. So you're separating yourself from the father in the communications because of the criminal activities that you've done. You already being strategic with the relationship that you have with this girl, with Ashley. And then over here, you have an older person who internally already knows that they are going to be doing some shady things with this person, so with her. And they're going to take something away. Now, you could take somebody's life, you could take their possessions, you could take whatever, but it's something that doesn't belong to you to take, or it's not yours to take. Okay, so now we have, my camera need to be flipped. Now we have, let's see if I can do it. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we have the school, the social event in the air. So, um, school means educating yourself, finding out, learning about certain things. So maybe he researched her previously before they met. Oh, she's did this, she's doing that, she likes this, blah, 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 whatever. So this means you're educating yourself on something or someone. Then here you have a social event. So that means you are socializing. That could be any type of event, birthday party, a gathering of some sort. So whatever it is, socializing with people. You could be with your friends at the house, just y'all hanging out, whatever. But that just means you're socializing. And then with the air, this is the thoughts and the communication. So you're speaking to somebody, you're thinking about somebody, whatever the situation is. So here you have somebody educating themselves on a situation. School means educating yourself. It also means children, and it also represents school, building school. Somebody like somebody you went to school with, a schoolmate, a school building, learning institution, whatever. Okay, so educating yourself on something, social event, and thoughts and communications. It also can represent breathing, so your air. So now you have somebody here educating themselves here, and it's relating to the relationship. So you're educating yourself on somebody that you're in a relationship with or you want to be in a relationship with. So that means you are learning about this person, discovering certain things, educating yourself on this person. Okay, so like I said, it could have been you already had plans, and so you are studying her to figure out what it is that she likes, what she don't like, whatever. Now you have the social event here. Something was taken away while they were socializing somewhere. Okay. They were at some type of social gathering, whatever it was. Okay. Socializing. Something was taken at that point. Over here, you have the air, thoughts and communication. So that means either you're thinking or speaking. So over here, this is what this person could have been thinking or said, okay, during this time. So they were educating themselves while they were at this social event. So that could just mean um, while we are here, they're researching something about what they're going to do. This is the thought process of what they're going to do at a social event, or what's going to happen at a social event. So that means you're learning, you're researching about certain things here at a social event. This is your thought process. Okay. Now, this also means that this person was educated themselves on this person. The social event, like I said, this could happen at a social event. Over here, the thoughts and communication, communicating with the father. Over here, like I said, this could be for her father. I don't know if this guy has children, so it could be relating to him too. I don't know. But anyway, the thoughts and the communication with the father. So that means the communication with the father here. So I don't know if they spoke with her father while she was there, or stopped speaking with the father while they were there, or there was something communicated to the father while they were there about what's going to happen and all of that. But then, see, they stopped talking to the father. See the communication, father, then somebody is not talking. And like I said, about criminal activities. Here is the educating yourself on something. You already being strategic. You have a plan. You were educating yourself about this girl, Ashley. Okay. And right here you have something being taken away at a social event, but it was kept like I said, it is internalized. That means it wasn't discussed. It doesn't mean that um you got to tell anybody. It just means what you have within yourself. So that means this is some things that's within me, what I'm capable of, what I'm thinking about doing. I'm keeping it internalized. Okay, here. Justice, reunite mistakes, risky business. Okay. Okay, so now we have the hospital, we have altercation and submissive. So here, hospital just means somebody, it's a physical hospital, but it just means that somebody needs some type of medical care. Something happened that they require medical care. And then over here, we have the altercation. Something happened here. They got into some type of altercation here. Internal damages to the body is an internal altercation here, submissive here. So hospital, somebody needs medical care. They got into some type of altercation. Submissive means that somebody is allowing certain things to happen. They're not doing anything to stop whatever it has happened. So it could just be she needed medical care. Something they got into some type of altercation. She needed medical care, but I'm going to let her keep needing medical care because I'm not going to do anything to assist her or stop what's happening. Cut them off. So you're not going to deal with it. I'm being submissive to the process. So that means I'm allowing things to play out, okay? Because I'm separating myself, but I'm not dealing with it. I'm gonna allow it to play out, okay? And it could have to do with her breathing as well. So something could have happened that was restricting her breathing or causing her not to be able to breathe, okay? During this altercation, and this is happening around that social event, okay? But she needed some type of medical assistance and he didn't get it for her. He just let it happen. But it's coming from an altercation that they had. And here's the strategic here. So that means you're planning it out. You plan your steps. Because when you play chess, you have to plan your steps 3 steps ahead. So it's not like you just made a split decision. This is something that was strategic and planned. Okay, so we have that. Okay, accident, journal, sun. Okay, so now we have accident. So there's something that was not meant to happen. Okay, so, but we have that on a strategy. It could be made to look like an accident that or something that was not planned or something that happened unexpectedly is an accident. You don't expect it to happen, but it happens. So, but it's on top of strategy. So it could be the strategy was to make it seem as if it was unexpected. Oh, it just happened out of the blue. We never expected that to take place. Okay. But we already see that it's a plan. Now, here we have the sun. The sun represents success, happiness, and abundance, finances, or whatever the situation is. So maybe it could have been an altercation over finances, something that happened during this socialization that they had going on. They got into some type of altercation. It could be representative of finances or how they feel or whatever the situation is. And over here is a journal, which means something has been written down, documented in some type of way here. So it was written as an accident or something that was, oh, it was out of the blue type of thing. Okay. But over here, we see it's for the success or happiness of someone who is older than her. So, sun card over here, happiness, success, abundance. Now, when I say the sun card comes out, sometimes it comes out and it's for the best, for your better, the better for you, your happiness, your success, your abundance. But the sun card also could come at a cost because it can highlight some things that you don't want to see. Okay. Or so it can bring some things forth that you don't want. So now we have the sun card here, which is about the success, but the success could come at a cost. All right. Or the whatever the success is. All right. Now that journal on top of the submissive in the air, the thoughts and the communication, things being written down, people allowing things to play out. So it could already have been, something could be already documented of the plan, letting things play out. Not saying that he could have written anything down, but it could be something that is documented of how to go down, if you understand what I'm saying. And over here, you see in the middle that the middle is telling you everything that's happening, but the outside is kind of like showing you what people want you to see and what they don't want you to see. So this is what happens, but we don't want you to know that that's what happened. So we're doing everything around it to cover up what the actual thing was, because we want things to be one way, but then we don't want you to see the hidden agenda that we have here. So now we have family tree, animal, and obsessed. So there's some type of family connection to this. Okay, so I don't know what the family connection is, because I don't know about these people. I don't know what the family connection is. So, but anyway, so here you have somebody in the family tree. So somebody connected by family. Somebody couldn't let something go, and then there's the savageness. Okay, so it could be. I'm gonna say this. Something that is coming down your family line. So if you have a family history, or somebody in your family has done something similar, or you have done something similar to this previously, okay, with family. Um, you know how they say, like a black widow. So this happened to this husband, and this happened to that husband, or this happened to that wife, and this happened to that. So both of their wives, you know. So it could be a family history. It could be a family thing. So you can either receive that pattern repeated with the same person, or you can see that pattern repeated in the family line. Okay. So here is obsessed. You can't let something go. You're doing things obsessively. Okay. Then the savageness of it. So this could be like a pattern of things that you do that's harsh. So he may have a history, not necessarily of unaliving somebody, but he may have a history of doing certain things in his past. Okay. Okay, so now we have trust, someone that is trusted, justice, and gossip. So it could be we can trust something, We can trust the justice system. Could be um, that they're going to figure this out here. But here's a talk. Okay, that means people are discussing it. Something is being talked about. Okay, so there was some type of conversation, something being discussed here. Maybe he has a history. Like I said, something could be documented about his either his criminal past, his relationship past, or whatever that's going on. Something is documented. Some people could be discussing his history of how he's harsh with people, whatever. Okay, it could come out about that. Um, Now over here with the justice given and justice received, this can play two ways because I got given and received. So that means you could have done something. He could have done something, and he feels like it is justice for her or him. So that means you did something I don't like. I'm going to do this to punish you because that's the justice, or I feel justified in what I do because of whatever his reasoning is. Okay. So some people don't feel no type of way because they feel like that's what you deserve or that's what they deserve. I deserve to have or receive certain things. So whatever happens to you is of no consequence to me because it's for my benefit, or you did this and I'm punishing you, so that's your justice. So like that type of thing. But here it's like people are talking about certain things. So maybe they're telling us to trust the process. Here, justice will be received for her. Okay. So now we have a victim, the magician, and the sexual. So that means the sexual partner, somebody was victimized, and the liar and the manipulator here, and the magician. Okay, so here is somebody being victimized by a sexual partner that's a liar and a manipulator. That's basically all that says. So basically, to me, it looks like this was somebody he was preying upon, pretending to be interested in, but he had his own motives for doing what he did. I want to pull a couple of these cards to see what else I get. Knight of Cups. Okay. So I want to pull a couple of these cards to see what I get. Okay, so here we have the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. So here with the Chariot, this is about somebody is in a planning stage before they make a move. And so they're ready to move. It's like you getting everything in order before you make any type of moves. But then it's next to the Seven of Pentacles, which is talking about you are looking at things for the long term, or you're looking at how things are going to play out in the long term. So here is like, once again, the strategy. You strategize and you planning and plotting, okay, before you make a move. And over here, we have the Three of Cups, which is the celebration of something. Okay. You celebrating something after the fact. So here is somebody who had already planned something before they made a move. And then after that planning has taken place, then we have them celebrating something that they have accomplished. Now over here, this came out first, which is the Ace of Wands. meaning this is somebody having an idea of a plan, something that they desire to do. It's an opportunity here for them. So that came out first. I see an opportunity. Now I'm planning and plotting it out. Now I can celebrate. And yeah, the hermit looked up, but this is something within, like that internal card, things being within. Okay. So contemplation and introspection, it says on here. So that means that's you processing things within yourself. It's not something that you announce. And then we had the Knight of Cups. So that means that something that was offered, a love offering, somebody offering you something. Okay, so a proposal. Okay. I'm not gonna pull too many of these cards. The Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords over here. So now we have the Knight of Swords, which means somebody is ready to put into action, ready to put things into action. Swords is about the mental. So whatever the idea of, whatever the inspiration was, whatever it is that what you're plotting and planning and doing, doesn't mean plotting and planning doesn't always have to be negative. But whatever you're plotting and planning to do, you're ready to put that into action, because behind that we have the Chariot, which means that that's the part where you are putting things together, getting prepared to make a move. And with this Knight of Swords, you are ready to put it into action. And then over here with the Pentacles, here, like I said, you're trying to see how things going to play out in the long term, or it's a long-term investment over here. And with the Two of Pentacles here, that means you're trying to juggle some things, manage some things, or make some type of decision of what you're going to do. Okay, so the long-term thing was, I got to figure out my long-term here, and now you're trying to figure out of the two, what are you going to do to put into action here. And then we have the Ten of Swords here, which is the betrayal here. Because now see this social event, socializing. Now look here, this person here, this female here, even though it's not a female necessarily, but it could be a female here in this picture. See the sword in the back, the betrayal here, painful endings, betrayal, loss, right? So the celebration and then the betrayal after the celebration. We have her being betrayed here because somebody was ready to act. Okay, so now you've been stabbed in the back. You have been betrayed. Okay. What's this? Nine of Pentacles. Okay. See the sneakiness, betrayal, deception, getting away with something. The Seven of Swords here. So this is somebody plotting and planning, deceitfulness. We got the Magician here. So now we have the Queen of Wands, which is somebody confident in what the actions that they are taking. So see, now this is the planning stage is here, and you trying to see what's the benefit of the long term here. The putting in type of work here for some type of work investment. So this is you trying to see how your investments will play out. The strategy, the long term goal. Here is the balancing or trying to juggle some things, or how you're going to manage. How am I going to manage this type of thing? And this here is somebody confident in what they are doing, because Wands is about actions. This is the mental with the Seven of Cups, meaning sneakiness, being deceptive. You're trying to get away with something. And then over here with the Six of Pentacles, this is about coming to some type of um not coming, but giving some type of, it's like you trying to how I'm gonna say this. Um it's like a situation to where you're lacking, but you feel like somebody is not giving you what you deserve. Or you could be in this position here, because now you have the beggars and the givers and the givers and the beggars. So you could feel like you're in a position to where I'm only getting what somebody wants to give. I'm not getting, they're not being charitable enough. Or you could switch the position and now I can dictate who gets what and how it's being distributed. So here with the Six of Pentacles, this is a situation to where um, you feel like you may not be getting what you deserve. Or you could switch and say, now, because once again, we have the person with the red coat, the red here, the red here. See, somebody's celebrating the betrayal of someone. Because, see, maybe they felt like they wasn't getting what they deserve. So maybe they felt like they wasn't getting the finances, they wasn't getting because it's pentacles, so it has to be something about your finances and things of your, how you sustain yourself. So maybe they felt like they wasn't getting what they needed or enough, because they only giving me nickels and dimes and I want dollars and whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to balance that out and get one. Now I can now be the person who decides how things are dished out. Okay, one more and that's it. So now we have here the Five of Pentacles. Somebody feeling left out in the cold. Financial loss. So he might not have had the money that she thought he had. Because now you see somebody being left out in the cold here. So what this on this card, it says financial loss, lack of mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, and insecurity. You don't have what you need. So you may try to come off like um, you have certain things, but in actuality, you have lost, or you don't have what they think you have, I should say. Because all of this sneakiness and all of this plotting and planning right here, because you don't have what they think you have. You're not as good off, I should say, as you probably try to portray. And see this relationship here, see all this plotting and planning, how people are going to strategize with this relationship, because now you got the lovers coming here with this right here. So this is a partnership, the relationship. And then over here, this is an inner knowing. You have information here that's within yourself. So that means you have a lot of information, however you want to say it. It could be the plotting and the planning that they did, and the educating themselves and the research that they did as well on this, of how they're going to let this play out. So here you have somebody in this relationship, but they have a lack mindset. They're not as well off as they may imagine that they try to portray that they are. But also this person is using the wisdom or the information that they have received or that they have or that they learned in order to get out of this situation, because that's how the betrayal came, because of all the information that they have gathered. So it looks like this person planned this whole relationship. So what I'm saying is, it's like, I need certain things. I desire a certain lifestyle. I desire certain things. Now I choose this person as the person that I'm going to go after, to plot and plan on, because this person can help me to get to where I need to be at. And then it could be a situation, because I don't know about nobody money. So it could be that she was better off than he was, but she didn't quite know that, because people be going into debt trying to portray a lifestyle. So it could be that. And maybe he thought that maybe, okay, if I can get in here, then I can get a little bit more money coming in, or however it is that they thought. But anyway, so that's the reading on Ashley. Janae, you can leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching.